Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we're doing some cool stuff here. We're getting back into some side-by-side action, and as you can tell, this is not the KRX, so we're working on a different unit today. This one is the farm unit, so we'll go into details on that another video. But what I wanted to show you guys was some very good lighting solutions. Some of these I have purchased. I got some stuff here that was sponsored by Nilight, so I want to show you guys that. And you know, I get a lot of guys think, you know, you've got to spend tons of money on lighting and tons of money on accessories, and there's some good products out there. And to be honest, let's just start with lighting first of all. You know, I've had some of the premium expensive lighting, Baja Designs, Heretic, so on. And they're fantastic lights. Light output's amazing, but man, they are pricey. So I've got some lights here. I'll show you real quick from Nilight that I purchased. And you know, 99% of the people who run side-by-sides are not gonna need the premium lighting. But again, that's up to you guys. I'm trying to just, you know, keep things as budget friendly and some good quality. So I'll show you the lights, but you know, one of those accessories that almost everyone on their side-by-side gets, and it serves no purpose. Some might say it's tacky, but I think they're kind of fun, and that is whip lights. And Nilight sent me some 2 foot of their fat whips, and I have done plenty of whips before on different side-by-sides. I have used the cheap eBay whips on Squirrel's Outlander, and they held up just fine. I have Nilight 3 foot whips, their standard whip on my KRX, and they're awesome. And one thing I really like about Nilight is they use the Bleed'em 2 app, and it comes with a controller, plenty of cable. And there is some super expensive whips out there that I've ran on my X3. So if you go back and look at my X3 videos, those whips are super expensive. You're talking $400, and it uses the exact same controller. And when you download the app for this controller, it even has like a nice Nilight themed interface, which is really cool. So, and they're literally a third of the price. Don't quote me exactly, but I know you can get like a 3 foot set of standard whips for like 150 bucks or 4 foot. And then there's a, you know, like I said, the premium ultra high expensive whips, you're going to be in the neighborhood of 400 bucks. And, you know, the sales pitch on the expensive ones are, well, they're lifetime warranty, whatever. But I will tell you, on the Nilight whips and on our KRX, never had any issues, beat them on trees, everything else. The expensive whips I've had to send back. So I'll just leave it there. So these are, they're fat whips. And again, maybe a little tacky, but these ones are kind of cool. So they have a quick detach feature, which I've never used before. So you're not pulling the wiring with it. So we'll see how that works. I know some people's, you know, said they had some flickering issues. We'll see what happens. The other thing Nilight sent was a spoiler. This is a Can-Am that we're working on today. But they sent one of their switches with the pigtails. And I'll jump up here and show you guys. These are amber, and they mimic the factory switches, so I really like these. Try to keep it clean and you know, looking good. And they also sent a set of their mounts, and I will jump you guys around. I am not going to use these, but they are super heavy duty, very good finish. Hopefully you guys can see this. I've already got some brackets on here, but I was afraid with the glass window, you know, to cause any interference. So, but these are awesome. You could use these anywhere on this, like a ProFit cage. I think these also work on the Ranger. But let's go ahead. I'll show you guys some of the other lighting I got from Nilight that I purchased. And we'll get these whips installed and see how they look. And we'll kind of go from there. All right, so right here I've got, these are just kind of some utility lights here on the back of the side-by-side. This is our 4 LED pods. They are waterproof, dustproof, and they mount up, look really good. They're super bright. I'll go ahead and kick them on just so you guys can kind of see how they look. So there they are on. And what's nice about them is, you know, you can move them around. They snug up good. The hardware is stainless steel. The wiring's good. And they provide plenty of light back here. I mean, this is basically just to light up the bed. Or, you know, behind the vehicle when you're, you know, backing up. This unit, we did tint out all the windows and everything. So it's pretty dark inside, but the lights do help incredibly. So on the front of the unit, we have, these are Nilight. This is their pod lights. Lots of LEDs. They're really bright. They're waterproof, dustproof, all that good stuff. You can hose them off without any worry. I'll go ahead and flip them on. But, you know, again, you can buy, let me find the light here. You can buy, you know, $400 lights. I believe these were like 50 bucks. The ones on the back were like 30 bucks. They work great. Do come with all the wiring, which is cool, with the relays, everything you need. And again, the Nilight Can-Am switches just kind of makes everything look factory in the interior. I'll jump around and show you guys that. So here are the switches inside. This is a Nilight switch here. See, it looks factory. And then also up here, I've got my backup lights wired in, everything. All of those switches mount just in the factory locations, and they look like they belong, which is really cool. So back to the whips. Not a big fan of unboxing, but I will show you. So when you do get the factory switch, they do provide all of the jumper wires and everything, which makes it nice. That way you can, you know, retain that factory look. So you get 2 whips. Again, these are 2-footers. They come in 2, 3, 4, I believe. And the wiring, also the Bleed'em 2 or BLED. I don't know how you pronounce it, but you get the controller. You can also opt for a remote if you'd like. Zip ties, plenty of flags here. They also provide a switch. If you like a razor, this would match a razor pretty good. Also flag mounts for the whips, plenty of wire, and some instructions. So there you go. We're gonna go ahead and get these hooked up. I'm not gonna bore you guys with the detailed step-by-step. It's pretty simple, hot in the ground. Run your wires, make them look good. And they're obviously bright. You guys have seen them before, but we might run them tonight so you can see them. So I got everything wired up. I got the switch installed. I'm gonna pan you guys around so you can see it. Looks factory. We'll jump down here. So these are the factory switches here, and both of these switches are from Nilight, and you can see they look pretty much identical. You can't tell a difference, and I think that really sets off the look. I mean, it looks factory, how everything should be. Here's a switch we put in for the Nilight whips. Pretty simple, hot ground. There is a bus bar in the back. We hooked up to that, so it's pretty easy. I did add a fuse just to be safe. So if we turn on the key, this is the first try here, we can see our switches light up like factory, and when we activate it, it lights up just like anything on the factory. So that's really cool. So let's see, are they working? Let's pan around here. Yep, it looks like they are working. So I'll just do you a real quick how I did the installation, and then we'll just kind of wrap things up. All right, installing these are pretty straightforward. Again, these are quick disconnects, so you just pull that up. You can remove the whip, snaps into place. I ran the wires underneath the firewall. In the back comes through the unit, underneath the seats, goes all the way back into the tunnel there. There's some factory wiring on this particular unit. Made life really easy. Put our switch in. I did put a fuse in just to make things a little bit safer. Factory looking switch, and that is it. All right, here they are, guys. These are the 2-foot fat whips from Nilight. Again, Nilight, again, they sent me these whips, but I've been buying their lights. These are the 4 LED pods. The pod lights up front, I have had no issues with them. They seem to be pretty good quality for what you're getting. Everything's dustproof, waterproof. And, you know, back on these whips, you know, they make similar whips, the smaller diameter that you guys are accustomed to, go back a couple videos. I did on the KRX, we put Nilight whips on that. I really dig the way everything is kind of quick disconnect, comes off easy, and the app is awesome. And in comparison to the big money whips, my opinion, I'm gonna spend a lot less money picking up these whips in the future. I don't care about, you know, the big name whips talking about big warranties, lifetime, yada, yada, yada. I have bought those on my X3. If you go back and look, I actually had to send those in one time because several LEDs burned out. I had issues with the controller. You know, I get it, send them back, it's free, but you know, sometimes it would take a couple weeks to get things turned around. So I could buy 3-4 sets of these compared to the equivalent of the high-end whips, and I think they're just as good. But that's going to wrap this one up. If you guys want to support the channel, hit us up on Facebook, Instagram. We've got a PayPal store, a PayPal link. We've got an Amazon storefront for you guys that are in reloading. All cool stuff on there. Helps us out. But until next time, God bless.